Bhavani, your professor for business communication skills. And today we are going to learn all about what is written communication. Okay, not only just in today's lecture, because it is a huge topic. We cannot be able to conclude that in one lecture as such. So, now why are we going to learn about written communication? I have given you some backdrop of what is the importance of written communication, right? So if anybody could recollect all those points, why are we going to learn why is it so important for written communication and all of that? One by one. You can unmute yourself or else you can type it out in the chat box. Quick. No one? No one remembers? What is the importance of written communication? Why do we learn written communication? Haven't I ever spoke about something called as permanent record? I said that, right? And it could be a reference for later use. Told you, right? So, yeah, go ahead. Recollect all those points and let me know quick. Let me test your memories. Let me test how focused you were. Or maybe you just logged in and then in hearing mode and not listening mode. Quick, guys. Why the need of written communication when we are talking about business communication skills? Let it be all spoken. Why is it all about written communication? Anybody? Don't Google it out, please. Don't. You will get n number of answers there, which may be relevant, which may not be relevant, both. However, what I am seeking here is that your attentiveness. If you were really attentive in the previous classes, you would be able to answer to me on this. Quick. Anyone? And why is the attendance going low? Written communication, guys. Anyone remembers? I gave you the tips. I just gave you the hints. What is the importance of written communication in business? Anyone?
Allow your communication to be very clear. Your message is going to the very clear. It allows you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to keep all your records because you can use this written communication as reference point for the next one,
Right.
and you address to the right person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I can recollect. It is the message goes clear and with clarity and save the records. That's
Right. Right. Well, those were the nice inputs, Kishore. Thank you so much. I am sure you were attentive. What about others? Could you recollect any of the points that we discussed about written communication? Anyone? No one? Talha says written communication becomes a permanent record of ideas. Absolutely, Talha. Yes. Apart from that, what all? Why are we learning written communication when we are talking about business communication? I gave you n number of examples so far. N number of examples. There should be one example that could have been related to you all. Definitely. Use that one particular example and then you can recollect the points. And I gave you a few in the beginning, right? It forms a permanent record. It can be used for the later purpose. It becomes convenient because it is in a form of a document, right? If at all there are some circulars, some kind of notices to be referred to now as well as later, again, that's why, because it is a permanent record, and that is the reason. Because it is a permanent record, it is on record, you cannot deny it. As simple as that. Yeah. If you are putting some kind of a purchase order, Again, it has to be in the written format. When I say written, it is an email, usually an email. I have said this also a lot many times. In business communication, it's all about emails, because email is something which is official. Okay. In business, you cannot put a WhatsApp message and say, oh, I have messaged you. It is not considered official. For official records, it has to be through email. So if you have to send some kind of a purchase order to your vendor, to your supplier, you got to write an email regarding the same. If there is a complaint, again, you have to file the complaint in written format. Yeah, you will have to file a complaint in the written format, in the email again, because it is business dealings, right? If you are receiving orders, you acknowledge it. How do you acknowledge it? By replying to that particular email that yes, noted, received with thanks, the so and so order number shall be delivered by so and so date, right? If there are some new terms and conditions that has been implemented in your company, again, you got to inform that to all your employees, to all your vendors, to all your suppliers, in a form of a circular. You need to notify it. You need to notify that to all the stakeholders of your company, so that they are well aware. Maybe they will not read it right away, but they will read later. Their HR department will read later, the suppliers and the vendors. Are you all getting it? That's why written communication. You apply for jobs. How do you apply? Orally, hello, I want to apply for this job. Can you give me this job? Does that happen so? You got to write an application. You got to make a CV, a curriculum vitae, a resume for yourself, stating what you are, what all you have done, what are your strengths, how you can add value to the organization, all of that. Of course, we'll be seeing resume writing also, but that is not included into business communication skills, sadly. Do not worry, I will hold a special session for you all how to write a resume. Okay. Job application letters we will be doing in this session itself, in this term itself, for this particular subject. Are you getting it all? So that is why written communication. And because you know that it is so important, you got to be careful of your language. When I say language, it's not that, okay, if you're writing it in Hindi, make sure you're writing it in Hindi and not in Chindi. If you're writing it in Marathi, make sure you're writing it in Marathi. You know, whatever language you use properly. Use that language and do not mix and match other languages in there. If you're writing it in English, make sure you're not making it Hinglish, adding few Hindi words, adding few Marathi words, and blah blah blah. Don't do that. It has to be pure. Pure as in not again dictionary language, no, but what is acceptable? Official language. Okay. And usually the job, for you all being the BBA students, for you all the official language is English. So yes, whatever we will be writing down as a job application letter, a purchase order, a requisition letter, whatsoever, is going to be in English. Am I clear on this, everyone? Yes or yes? I'm not giving you other option. Yes or yes? Okay, fine. There is one student, Sufyan, who keeps on acknowledging to every question of mine. Thank you, Sufyan. I will quickly take you to one of the type of letters, and I will share my screen for you all, so that, okay, meanwhile you can be ready with your pen and papers, so that you all can also note down how it looks like, how do you write it out. Okay. Right. Just a moment. All right. Usually, so happens that whichever business you are working for, there would be some kind of promotion. Now, what do I mean by promotion is that you promote, you um, make people aware that you exist. You make people aware that this is a product that is there in the market. You make people aware that you know there is a particular product which is coming in a new packaging altogether. Okay, for that matter, say you have to put up a good big billboard, or maybe because nowadays it is all about digital marketing, so probably you're thinking of going ahead, hiring a digital marketing guy, or maybe giving it on a contract, and you want to promote all the things of your product. Okay, so now you're looking for somebody who will be able to do your sales promotion. Okay, somebody who can promote your business, right? And then accordingly you will be getting a good response amongst people because it is promoted, right? Now I have this particular example. Let me magnify this so that you will be able to see this one. And this is fetched from your textbook itself. Acha, many students keep on asking me, even now after it has been already shared in the WhatsApp official group, that you all have to buy Thakur publication books. Okay, because those are recommended. One. Second is you can also go for Nirali publication, either or. Okay, but I would recommend Thakur. Second is all the subject books are named by the subject names itself. Okay. Third thing is with regards to business communication skills, there is these two authors, Anamika Ghosh and Prashant Kalshetty. Okay, you don't have to mug up their names and all. If you go in any bookstore or maybe from Amazon, if you are ordering, order Thakur publication business communication skills textbook. That should be sufficient. Okay, now let me share my screen immediately. Let me know if this is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
and is
ma'am.
that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is an example of letter of business promotion. Okay, if you all can see the format, Furkan, mute yourself. See, this is what happens. A live example. People log in and they are not bothered. Furkan, fine, I'll remove him. I don't want students who are not at all interested in this class. Leave it. So we start off writing this letter of business promotion to a particular company. Okay, imagine I will give you the backdrop of this entire letter. Now, this is a particular multimedia company. They are into all sorts of multimedia promotions and stuff. So, I, being one of the executives, or I being maybe uh, the marketing person, I'm writing this down. I'm reaching out to companies, okay, so that they give me this business of promoting their business on my platform. So I'm a multimedia company as good as an ad agency. Okay, let me put it that way. I'm an ad agency. Now I'm reaching out to your company so that you will give me the contract of going ahead and promoting your business. So this is a business promotion letter. So indirectly, me as an ad agency person, I am trying to promote my business to the company, telling them what all we do, giving them that, okay, these were these have been our experiences, this have been the output, this have been the performance of our advertisements or our promotional work, that assignments that we have taken up. And yes, we would be more than happy to receive your business as well. Okay, so that is the crux of this entire letter. Now how do we write a letter is this format. We start off with the date. Okay, to the left, top left corner, you can see date 19 July 2019. Okay, so you can write the current date, that is 22nd November 2019, to Mahendran P. Okay, now here is a mistake. Here is a big mistake in this letter itself. You cannot directly address somebody with their name, especially when you're reaching out to them for the first time. That is one. Second, if you don't know them, second. Okay, third is that understand it is an official letter. Even if they are your friends, you still cannot use their names directly, at least in the letter. Spoken communication, yes, you can. All right. So here on the letter, it should be written as to Mr. Mahendran P. That is a correction here. You cannot be addressing directly with their names, no matter how good buddies you are. Okay, Mr. So and so or Miss so and so. Again, when you use the salutations of Mr. or Miss, see to it that you never use directly Mrs. for a lady. Okay, reason being, it is always safe to use Miss. You never know if the lady is married or not, right? So be very very safe while you are addressing any lady, right there as Miss. Here in this case, because this name seems to be someone of a gentleman, Mahendran B, so we will be using Mr. Mahendran P. Second line. Second line is his designation. He is the managing director. Okay. So essentially, you need to give a comma after his name, Mr. Mahendra P, comma, his designation, that is managing director, of whom? Of this company. The company name should reflect there. Puli Media Private Limited. Okay. Yeah, got that? There is one more thing that needs to be done here. It should be comma and the city name should be entered. City name also should be entered. That's it. Now, this is a physical letter which has been written here. We will do all of this as an email also. Okay. The email version will be totally different. Not totally. A few things will be different, not all. All right. Now, subject, you must enter a subject line in every business letter of yours, be it handwritten mail or an email. Even in an email, you see there is a subject line, right? You must mention the subject. It becomes convenient for the reader to, sort it out that, okay, what is the subject matter? At least they get a glimpse of it, right? From the subject itself. So the subject here is business promotion letter. As simple as that. Respected sir. Well, again, gone are the days we, use that respected sir and all, even to an MD, unless the person is a Tata or someone. If it is Mr. Tata, yes, out of due respect, you will use that respected sir. Otherwise, it has to be dear sir. I repeat, it has to be dear sir. On the contrary, if you are a student, okay, if you're a student and you're writing it out to maybe your HOD, that is me, or if you're writing it out to the principal of the college or vice principal of the college, there you will have to use that respected sir or respected madam. Got it? But while we are talking about business letters, something is happening B2B, business to business, there it has to be dear sir. Okay. Now, how do you open your entire email, or for that matter, a handwritten mail, the letter? Greetings from Sunrays Multimedia Private Limited. Okay. So you don't know if it is a morning, noon, or evening that they will be reading this. So being safe, it is greetings from Sunrays Multimedia Private Limited. Through this letter, I would like you to work. I would like to introduce you to work carried out by our company in the field of multimedia and entertainment. See the first line. This is a beautiful opening, directly to the point. They are trying to tell you that yes, through this letter, what I'm trying to do I'm trying to introduce you to the work carried out by our company in the field of multimedia and entertainment also. Yeah, every company nowadays, they need entertainment industry to get connected. Again, that's why I said multimedia companies or ad agencies to be connected, so that they help promote. If you see advertisements, right, the way entertaining they are, apart from that entertainment, they give out within those 30 seconds a lot of information to you all. Lot of information, right? That is a creative aspect. We will keep that on hold. That is none of our business as of now. We would like you to get an insight into the various products and services offered by us. As simple as that. So that is the opening of the letter, that this is what I'm going to do in my entire letter for you. That is, through this letter, I will be introducing you to my work, my company in the field of multimedia and entertainment. I will walk you through, give you insights on various products and services that we offer you. Okay, these are on offer. Now, What is the statement paragraph here? Yeah, we are currently the largest multimedia and production house in Bangalore. Okay, so yeah, there could always be these kind of claims that you are the largest multimedia and production house here and there whatsoever. Yeah, and if you are, do go ahead and claim for it. Our clientele includes some of the large corporate organizations in the country. Our skilled team of graphic designers, editors, cameramans, camera persons, yeah, programmers, and content developers have been producing some of the best corporate films, websites, and interactive media platforms. So, do you see what all she is trying to say? She is now trying to give you the list of course she is not enlisting the clientele here, but she is trying to tell you that their company has worked with large corporates in the country, and now she is giving out that yes, this is the teams. Who are the teams? The team is graphic designer, editors, camera persons, programmers, content developers, right? And what all are the services that they are offering you? They'll be offering you some high quality corporate films, websites, interactive media platforms. Are you getting this now? Yeah. So this is essentially a very good way of promoting your business. Okay. All our projects have us involved from the stage of conceptualization until the completion. In addition to that, we also provide production equipment and services to national events. See, a few more add-ons of what services they have for you. We are the pioneers of the in the field of video projection walls and also an outdoor advertisements. I told you about advertisements, the billboards and all. They are the outdoor advertisements. You will come across our outdoor advertising setups in the corporate offices of Sky High Developers, Silver Lining Software Solutions, and also all the branches of Little Inn Restaurants. Now, these are their clienteles. Okay. She is subtly giving you out the clientele list. For all the information that you need on our firm, please log on to www.su. So, okay, what is that? Sunrays. Yeah, sunraysmultimedia.com. We hope that your interest in our firm has been magnified. See, such glossy words she has used, right? That is needed, when you are actually into something like a multimedia production house, when you are working for an ad agency, this is how you write. These are the choice of words. Getting it? So the closure itself, the closure meaning this last line, we hope that you're interested in all, right? That is called the closure. Closure is usually asked as if you're seeking some kind of an action. Now, what is that action? That action is, we hope that your interest in a firm has been magnified. And just above that, she has also asked, if you want to know about more about us, then you can log on to so-and-so website. You'll get all the details there. So that is the action that you have to see. What she is trying to do is she's trying to instill in you as a potential customer for their multimedia services all the interest. And once that interest is developed, you definitely would want to go through their products and services on their website, which definitely should be available in the form of multimedia. And you run through a few, maybe you like it, and you may start thinking of giving your business to this multimedia services, right? So that is how the win-win situation is. Thanking you, yours sincerely, Aishwarya Pillai, Corporate Communications Manager, Sunrays Multimedia Private Limited. So how do you end your signature with? By thanking you. Yours sincerely. Okay. One important aspect. You cannot be sincere to people like this. What do I mean by that? You're only sincere. Sincere you can be. You cannot be faithful to anybody like this. There are people who write in their signatures, yours faithfully, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. You're faithful only to your spouse, nobody else. As simple as that. So you cannot be using that word as yours faithfully. Instead, there are better words, that is yours sincerely, yours truly. Yours truly is the perfect one, the safest one. Yours truly, Aishwarya Pillai, Corporate Communications Manager, that's her designation. And for which company is she working for? Sunrays Multimedia Private Limited. And if she is working for this company, which is based out of Bangalore, you have to put there as Bangalore also. One more thing, when you are ending that entire letter, your signature needs to have the contact details as well. So you can provide your contact details at the end of everything. Your company name and all has been mentioned. Now at the bottom there, here you'll have to mention your contact number as well. Okay, official contact number, right? If this is a letter to be written, then yes, mention your email also. If it is an email that you are writing, then you need not write your email ID in your signature. As simple as that. Okay, when I say signature, it is not the sign that you do here. No, this part, yours sincerely and all, this is called as the signature of a particular letter. Am I clear on this? Okay, we will quickly move on to the entire letter and how it was written. We start off with the date, and the date essentially is to be written in this kind of a format. You cannot be writing 19/07/2019, an outdated style of writing the dates. You write it, that's okay, it's not wrong, but it's outdated. Okay, what if you're writing your letter or your email on 11th of November? Or for that matter, what if you're writing something on 13th of December? So if you're writing it in DDMMYYY format, it will be what? 13/12/2021, right? Yeah, I will write it down in the chat box so that you don't have to think how it looks like. So if it is 13th of December 2021, this is how it looks like, right? On the contrary, if you are writing this kind of a mail to someone who is not Indian, and essentially, or maybe someone who is working in an MNC and their usual letter format is not DDMMYY, that is DDMM month and year. Only 1 2 3 4 5 I have to remove. If it is not essentially this, on the contrary, it is month, date, YYYY. And this same date, 13/12/2021, will be how? Will be 12/13/2021, which is correct. But look at the kind of confusion that it creates. Also, because you have only 12 months in a year, it is still figured out that okay, it has to be 13th cannot be a month, so essentially 12 will be a month. At least here you can make out. But if you write something like a date like 08/09/2021, now how will you make it out if it is August 9th of August 2021, or is it September 8th 2021? Confusion, right? A lot of confusion. So see to it that you are not making your reader confused. Instead, you use this format, So if today's date is 22nd of November, so you write 22nd November 2021. Safest. At the end of the day, what is our entire motto? So that our reader should be able to understand whatever we are telling them, right? That is how communication is going to get established. If you're making confusions like this, definitely communication is not met. Am I clear on this? Are we clear on this entire letter? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
A quick run through. Yes, thanks. A quick run through over this entire letter again. Date 19 July 2021. 2. You need to write Mr. here. Mr. Mahendran P. comma. The designation, Managing Director. Again, a comma is needed here. Puli Media Private Limited, comma. Maybe it is in Bangalore, so I will write it as Bangalore there. Next is the subject line. Even if you're writing an email, you will have a subject line. You need to be very specific of your subject. The subject of this entire mail is, I am trying to promote my business here. Business promotion letter. So my business is of an ad agency, of a multimedia services. I wish my business to flourish. I wish my business to promote in this particular company, that is Puli Media Private Limited. Respected sir, greetings from Sunrays Multimedia Private Limited. So whichever company you would be working from, you would be writing it this way. Again, respected sir. Okay, again, our Indian values and all, right? So we write everything as respected sir, respected madam. Unless you are into an educational setup, respected is not needed. Okay, outside of any educational setup, it has to be dear sir, dear ma'am, right? Through this letter, I would like to introduce. Now, this is the introductory line. Okay, the opener, just like in cricket, opener batsman. This is an opener statement. Through this letter, I would like to introduce you to work carried out by our company in the field of multimedia and entertainment. We would also like you to get an insight into the various products and services offered by us. Okay, so that was the gist of this entire letter. Now she goes ahead and start explaining things. So that is your main body of the letter. We are currently the largest multimedia and production house in Bangalore. Yes, you have to do some blah blah gaga of your company. You have to. Our clientele includes some of the largest corporate organizations in the country. Cool. Our skilled team of graphic designers. Yeah, you're mentioning now your strengths. You're now trying to specify who your team is comprising of. So my team is all of graphic designers, editors, camera persons, programmers, and content developers. Have been producing some of the best corporate films, websites, and interactive media platforms. All our projects have us involved from the stage of conceptualization until completion. Now she is trying to make a promise here, saying that yes, all our projects, don't worry, we are involved right from the day one till the day you call it out. So conceptualization until completion. In addition to that, now cherry on the top, in addition to all of this, what we do, we provide production equipment and services to national events. That meaning, if at all you need, see, there are some, what you say, product launch events, right, wherein you will need something to do on a national level, international level. So you would definitely need anything and everything with regards to that event. So the production equipments are also provided. So that kind of service is also from us. We are the pioneers in the field of video projection. So walls, video projection walls, and outdoor advertisements. Okay, so now she is insisting on her strength here, her company's strength. You will come across our outdoors advertising setups in the corporate offices of blah, blah, blah. So a subtle list of the clientele that they have already, right? For all the information, now is the action to be taken by the reader. What is the action they need to take? For all the information that you need on our firm, please log on to www.blah, blah, 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 blah. And we hope that your interest in our firm has been magnified. Okay, then you close it. Thanking you, yours sincerely, yours truly, no faithfully. Okay, Aishwarya Pillai, the writer's name, their designation, corporate communications manager, Sunrays Multimedia Private Limited. I would end it with a comma, Bangalore, and yes, even the contact number. Okay, have you all understood this? Any doubts so far? Okay, this is how we are. Great. This is how we are going to write business letters. One was of business promotion. The other example we can take, of course, we have only 4 minutes, but that's fine. We'll be able to at least start it off. Okay. All right. We will see an example of an apology letter. Yeah, I will quickly start sharing my screen so that you all will be able to see this example. Let me know if it's visible.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
All right, cool. So now you see this letter. I will magnify it for you. Wait. Now, let me give you the backdrop of this entire letter. Now, usually what happens is when you give an order, uh, purchase order whatsoever, or maybe manufacturing order to your vendor, to your supplier, to you, the manufacturer whatsoever. Now they have started working on it, but there are some kind of manufacturing irregularities, or maybe you never know, there is a strike of a particular transport system. Okay, the transportation is affected because of it, and because transportation is affected, definitely you will not be able to fetch the raw materials in time. If the raw materials are not procured in time, definitely your manufacturing process, the entire thing goes on lapse. Okay, so the entire process of you manufacturing the product, dispatching it to the what you say, the one who ordered it, your client, the entire process gets delayed. So in this kind of a scenario, it becomes your moral duty, it is professional, and also professional ethics for that matter, for you to inform your client that due to so and so, there is a delay from our end to dispatch the products. Okay, so that's how the entire backdrop of this letter is. Okay, you need to understand the purpose of your letter. Okay, so we start off with the date. Again, this is an old format which I asked you not to follow. 30062019. Don't follow this. Okay, the reference number. Now this, there is always when you're writing out a letter which is going out of your organization, has an outward number. Okay, and when you receive an outsider letter in your organization, then it is to be mentioned in the inward. Okay, that's the two basic concepts of office administration, just for your information. All right, so there are some these of reference numbers because there are many letters shot in and out of the organization. This is the reference number you can always get back to. I'll give you one more example on reference number for that matter. You make any transaction, or maybe you buy something from Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, blah blah blah, right? And the moment you confirm your purchase, you complete your shipping details, your payment details, and all of that, then there is a reference number that is generated for your reference, so that in any further communication, if you need, if something goes wrong, you can always refer back with that reference number. Okay, that's why these reference numbers are generated. Now, reference number so and so 2, here it is correct, Mr. Sohan Kumar of Home Decor Furniture Store. The address is mentioned. Okay, dear sir, we sincerely apologize to you for the delay in delivery of the products you ordered with us. Due to some irregularities in the manufacturing department, this inconvenience has been caused to you. We are also flooded with a large number of unexpected orders this month, and all this has led to this delay. So this person, whoever is writing it out to Mr. Sohan, Mr. Sohan Kumar, right? Yeah, Mr. Sohan Kumar is being honest that, see, there has been some business irregularities because of which we are not able to deliver the product in time, and more so, we are flooded with large number of unexpected orders this month. Okay, and that is why this delay. Now, that was the opening of it. Now, what is the body of it? What is the solution to it? They are providing here the solution also. We are trying our best to minimize the delay as much as possible to reduce your trouble. We have equipped our departments with more number of staffs, and within the next 4 days, your shipment shall be dispatched for delivery. We are taking all the necessary steps, all the necessary measures and positive actions to bring back everything in right shape. But still, we are of the opinion that the supply will be delayed by at least 15 days, and we expect you to have patience if possible. Right? So now the problem was given. The solution, he himself is now trying to give you the solution that this is the problem. Okay, we are flooded with extra unexpected orders this month, but that's okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to equip them, extra staff has been deployed and blah 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 blah. So all this is being done. However, even in that case, the dispatch will be delayed by 15 days. He's trying to give you a practical picture of what could happen even after he does this all in his organization. We can assure you, however, that if your order remains in force, we will expedite delivery to you as soon as we are in position to do that. Meaning, he is subtly saying that, you know what, maybe you will be canceling the order with us, and that's fine, right? There is a chance of you canceling the order with us. He is now subtly saying that if your order remains in force, meaning if you still trust in us, if you still want to go with us for us to continue with your order, then we will expedite delivery to you as soon as we are in position to do that. Please accept apology for this delay and thank you for your anticipated understanding. Yours faithfully. Now it cannot be faithful here. Either it has to be sincerely or truly. Comma, and then you mention your name. Arpit Verma, he is the chief executive and what? Sales manager? No, that's wrong. He is the chief executive of something, some company. All right. So that's how the entire apology letter is all about. So there are these things which are out of, you would say, professionalism, out of your own professional ethics. You go ahead and write a letter in terms of apology, right? So that your business ties are not affected, right? Understand this. It is all about lasting relationships in business, right? With this, I'll take your leave. It's already 8:54. I hope you all had enjoyed today's letter writing session. I hope there was some kind of insightfulness in you all, understanding how do we write a business promotion letter, how do we write an apology letter if something goes wrong in the business, if something goes wrong in delivery or whatsoever, out of your own courtesy, right? Till then, well, yes, we will have tomorrow's session as well. Till then, you all take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.